It's your boy, Real Recognize Real, and it only gets realer from here. Now, today's topic, we're going to be talking about why Pisces spaz out on Scorpio. Now, just the other day, I was feeling in a good mood towards Scorpios. At first, I was tending to look on the bright side of things with Scorpios, but why did I spaz out on Scorpio? Well, for numerous reasons, you guys. It's because, how can I say it? With this particular sign, you can't get too comfortable. You might have a day or two where you get along with the Scorpio. But you gotta know, as a Pisces, Scorpio is always testing you. See, always watching you, always in the shadows lurking. And what I've learned is that when you're a Pisces, dealing with a Scorpio, don't matter if it's a man or a woman, you got to set boundaries. You have to protect yourself, because as soon as something happens with the Scorpio regarding you, whether it be, some he say, she say type of situation jumps off, Scorpio can really try to, weaponize that type of information and make a emotional decision about it and end up, hurting somebody close to him, in other words. So the thing about it is, like, sometimes, when it comes to honesty, integrity with Scorpio, they don't always tell you the truth. So, sometimes they play mind games. They do things around you, so you don't really know exactly what they're doing. And like I said, I just spoke on the same Scorpio just last week, saying, oh, yeah, this person is a, good person after all. And hey, I was wrong. And then it's like the person did something else and I realized that I was wrong again. So, it's very difficult to trust a Scorpio, because you don't know what they really want. You don't really know if they trust you. See, that's the number one. What's going on, Empress AA7? What's going on, TMC? Welcome. Say hello from South Australia. Damn, it's far away from me, but hey, I'm glad you able to come out to the live and whatnot. Gemini is let's see, Gemini is not you said politics. Okay, I mean, the thing about it is, Gemini is very different. I'll put it to you like that. Very different and interesting at the same time, because you actually can learn a lot from Gemini. But with Scorpio, it's more, it can be more related to, okay, so it's related to secrecy. So I'll tell you guys what happened. So, the same Scorpio, man, I can't even talk. The same Scorpio said some good things about just the other day, and I appreciate that, Christine. Appreciate that. Misty, not so good. Not doing so good. I'm trying to hold it together. My voice is cracking. But yeah, I appreciate that, Christine. Oh yeah, definitely welcome everyone. Even if you're not a Pisces, welcome. Yeah, so I try to keep the story as positive and clean as I can, but without spazzing out. But I might, if I yell, you guys, you know why? Because it's like, some things is just so nerve-wracking of how Scorpios are built. how they are structured. So what ended up happening was we were all just hanging out, and so we had like, we had all been saving up, trying to put money towards something. And I only put, like, say, I put what I could put, put on it. But then, like, the Scorpio, he ended up falling out with one of his other friends that was going in on it too. And we were all talking about, brotherhood. We were all talking about, saving up, putting our money into, trying to make some investments. And him and the other guy, I guess, he found out some secret information that was not his business. And I guess he was dealing with like a pedophile. He found out that his friend was had a pedophile, something going on in his personal life. And here we are ending up towards something. We're trying to really save up for, some things that we wanted. And now this guy, the Scorpio, finds out this information, and he's like, yo, I'm not partaking in anything that, that guy has going on because of his personal, endeavors. So I told the Scorpio, like, hey, I wouldn't make a quick decision. Like, think this through. We got to be strategic. We need to, we need to raise the money. We need to invest. We can't afford to just be like, getting in people's business and just, cutting the cords, cutting the ties with people that are actually have putting in some decent amount of money. Like, people have really put in a lot, and it's been a helpful situation. I said his personal business or what happened in the past, present, I told him, like, that's his business, bro. Like, you can't judge somebody off of their personal. I understand, yeah, it's gross. Yeah, pedophiles are gross, but it's like, bro, were you there? Like, is this, is this your family? I mean, to me, it's like, bro, it has nothing to do with the ante up. It has nothing to do with the investment. So he's like, yo, I could get help elsewhere. So me and the Scorpio, we just literally having like a debate, which I was trying to avoid the whole time, because for some odd reason, Scorpios, they love to get into this whole debate. Like, I'm right, and hey, I'm making a decision because I'm right. So I'm like, okay, where's the proof? Because, everybody starts rumors. I said, where's the proof though? I said, and how bad is it to where you feel like you have to cut the situation, cut the ties? I said, because you're going to burn the bridge with this individual. And then I said, you should have thought about that beforehand. If you're going to put his business over what we are saving up for, you should have never even started this bull crap with him. And then you hear some shit, and now you want to just cut the cords, cut ties. And then I'm like, you're burning bridge, because all of our names are like, he's worried about reputation for that. I'm like, bro, you're going to have a reputation, people not to trust you, because you join ties with people, and then all of a sudden you ante up, and then, like, you're talking about brotherhood, you're talking about, faith in God, you're talking about, you playing with like all these big terms and words where people actually open themselves up emotionally. But then I told him that could be considered manipulation, bro, because you're not being 100% loyal to whatever it is that you and your boys are going, anteing up for. You're so busy, caught up in their personal lives, like, where you shouldn't even have no business even, you shouldn't be snipping and snoozing through people's personal business, digging and gossiping, just to be like, oh yeah, I'm not, anteing up with this dude. Like, the dude put like $500-600, bucks into the whole anteing up on a situation, to where now he cut ties with the dude. The dude took his money out the pot, and now we're back short again. We were almost there. So I was pissed, and I was like, yo, I told the Scorpio dude, like, I think you should just think this through, bro. Like, what is his personal business? Even if he was about to become the president of the United States, that's none of your business. That's his personal life. It has nothing to do with what we're doing. So it was just like the Scorpio was just hell bent on. And then he says this to me. He says, "Yo, if you don't like it," he said, "Oh, you could just join in, join in and ante up with him, like, and I'll just find somebody else to, like, ante up with." So I said, damn, in my mind, I'm like, see, now you showing your true colors, because now Scorpios, they like power and they like to be above anything that they, to stay in control and not to look hurt. They always trying to, like, make it seem like they're cool with, you know, cutting ties. And I'm like, bro, you really playing with fire. Because once I see, like, me as a Pisces, like, once I see you in your true colors with your ego and pride, that's the person that I'm going to, based off my decisions from, is saying, hey, I can't trust this person. So it's almost like me seeing him, how he would act if, he found out some shit about me, or, anything. He's just, quick to just cut the cords on the situation to protect his reputation. I'm like, bro, nobody cares about that, bro. If anything, they're going to be more skeptical about that man, like, it's not going to affect your reputation. It's just like, but here's the funny thing. He's like, yo, I got a daughter, I got 2 sons, and, if a pedophile whoop-de-woo, like, basically saying, yeah, I would feel the same way too. But I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, like, again, that's personal, bro. You got to separate your personal life from you guys are ending up on something that has nothing to do with that. Like, that shouldn't even be the decision based of, oh, this guy plays football in his personal life, okay, we can't talk to him. Like, hey, this guy, you know, puts barrettes in his daughter's hair, like, he's old, we can't trust him because, yeah, that looks kind of bad. I'm like, bro, but this is the funny thing. Projection, remember I said, you guys, projection into a situation, when you would put something like that above, if you would put something like that above your, any up of something you would want, that you would want, or, something of value, where we all are going to get something out of it, you're willing to put this man's business in the middle of that. And we were all, like I say, we were all anteing up because we was trying to get some jewelry. And we'll each get a piece. So we'll each get a chain out of the situation, but we had to ante up on it to get all the jewelry. So I'm like, well, why would you let this dude business get in the middle of what we were anteing up for? Makes no sense. Maybe because I have moon in Aquarius, that I don't let stuff get to my decisions, because how do you say it? Strategist, I think is how you say it. I'm very strategic, in anything I do, I always implement a strategy. So I'm never going to make decisions out of my emotions. I'm never going to say, oh, yeah, this person, their personal business. It's no, like, I don't care about that. I care about, the bag. I care about the whole mission being completed, as far as, like, delivering the message. That's the type of person I am. Get, cut and dry, to, cut the chase. Get to the point of the situation. Just like if you was military minded, you just got one type of, goal in mind, is to win. So to me, it makes sense that was just an excuse. To me, it was just an excuse. It was a lame ass excuse. Like, oh, you just did that to sabotage the, us getting the jury, because that's what I sense, is like, you will put that first above that. And let me see. Yeah, that's the thing. But what I guess what I'm the spaz I was for is because you got to be careful. Not just my personal experience with Scorpio, but you got to be careful with Scorpio, because they can definitely sabotage any type of thing that, you and others may have, like, something, saving up for something, trying to do something as a team effort. Nah, man. It's like you have to still do, you still got to do your own plan. You still have to have, like, you can't put them into leadership, just straight off the bat, because you got jealousy, you got strong emotions that they're going to put before their friends. They're going to put their feelings and emotions first before a friend. See, before the loyalty of saying, hey, me and you cool. We're gonna stay structured. We're gonna work this out. We're gonna put in on this, on the jewelry pieces, so we each get a chain. And it's like, hey, you shouldn't let nothing break that, because that's one person, one less person to ante up with. We're all cool and we all want that. So it's like, hey, why not just everybody put in on it? We can get it quicker. Whether we just save up for it individually. But it was like the Scorpio, not even just that, he just didn't listen to me after all the counsel and advice that I was telling him. Like, yo, you shouldn't even be in this man's business, bro. You shouldn't even care. Like me, I never ask people their personal business unless they tell me on their own, bro. But it's none of my business, like what you do in your personal life. But it was like Scorpio is like making it seem like, oh, I found out that you did this, and it's like he's like, yo, I ain't talking to me and dude ain't cool no more because he his situation. I'm like, and it was aggravating me because I'm like, bro, you can't just. How about you go talk to the dude? And then you say something like, hey, man, I found out that that you're such and such. It's like, you're going to look like an ass doing, you're going to look like a fool doing that, because it's going to be like, well, dude, why you looking me up? And why you trying to find some shit like on me? See, that lets you know, like some people, that's why I say it's projection, because why would you be looking up somebody when you're supposed to do that first? When you're supposed to know who you're really friends with, who you're dealing with. Now, this is the trick. He said that the guy was his dog. Yeah, that's my dog. That's my homeboy. Obviously, there was some shakiness to that, because you said this dude was your homeboy. You knew him for a long ass time, and you just dropped him just like that, just because you found out a rumor or something about his personal life. It's not adding up to me. See? But the thing about it is, I realized that you really, when you're dealing with a Scorpio, you really got to be careful what you show. Okay, you got to be careful what you show them. Like, let's say if they see you emotionally excited about, looking forward to something, 9 times out of 10 they're going to find a way to sabotage that for you and make sure you don't get it. And that's the thing. It's like, well, can we all just get along? Can we all just like, let's actually like have something for a change? Why do we, that's what I'm saying. I don't believe in that. So he just pissed me the fuck off with what he did. And it was like, to me, I saw it as being selfish, because even though other people was agreeing with them, they was all, agreeing with, hey, yeah, I would have stopped talking to him. But I'm saying you shouldn't even never even join. You should have never even hit him up. You see that? Like, you shouldn't even have hit that man up. No, if you was just gonna drop him like that, obviously that was never your dog. That was never your homeboy. So I don't even know why you told us that was your homeboy in the first place. See, but you just threw him down, and you just cast him aside. I said, bro, you just burned the bridge. He said, I don't care if you do something like that. I can't mess with you, like, because he got, kids and stuff. I'm like, but you can't judge him, bro. Even if it was the worst of the situation of the worst, bro, that is his business, bro. Like, stay out of folks' business. Let him, that be, were you there? Like, in my mind, were you there with him when he did that? No. Okay, stay out of it. See? If he's contributing something to something we are trying to get, be a strategist about it. I don't give a damn what you do in your personal life. You could be at Diddy's house every single day. I don't give a damn. If you putting in $30, $40 in the pot to help for a contribution for all of us, That's where your loyalty is. I don't have nothing to do with your personal life. As long as you're not coming at me with any of that stuff, I ain't gonna have you at my house, obviously. But I'm just saying, like, if he was still contributing, this shouldn't have mattered. You see that? But it's like, I told him I disagree with you. He said, oh, so you condone that? No, hell no, I don't condone it. But I'm saying I do believe in strategy. I do believe in, see, some people don't see the higher, how can I say it? You gotta think higher than just the average Joe when it comes to things. Because think about it. Let's say you got, if you was an owner of a company and let's say you hired a manager, he shows up to work every day, and he's all, you can count on him, you can rely on him to show up for work. And then the unfortunate thing is he's a felon because he did some shit in his past. Are you gonna kick him to the side and say, hey man, I found out that you was a felon and I gotta get rid of you? When that's probably the only like person that actually shows up on time. It would be dumb. That owner would lose money if he just gets in his emotions and says, hey man, I found out you were a felon and you did this. Oh, you're fired. He's gonna hurt himself more than that dude. So to me, it didn't make sense for you. Like you gotta really hold your pieces. That's called chess, my boy. That's called chess. You still have to work around no matter what their personal life. They ain't got nothing to do with you. That person is helping you eat. Who gives a damn? That's his past. And hey, if it just happened, it's still his business. Stay out. That's what me, man. I learned to stay out of folks' business, bro. It ain't got nothing to do with you. If you was not there, why do you care? See? And then you got to understand when I said projection, it's because if this is what I believe. If you judge somebody for something they did, that means that you are just as guilty of that same thing they did. Because you're judging them, so that means that you're reflecting, in other words, like you must have done the same thing, and you're afraid to keep that person around because you're afraid of what may get out. See, that's why I don't trust people that get into people's business. See, because people are so contradictory, or I say they just contradict themselves. Put it like that. I'm not sure if that was the way to say it, but yeah, they're very contradicting because they talk about people when they're doing the same, or they did something similar to what that person did, and they judge that person for it when they're really judging themselves. See, appreciate that, JB. Let me see. Andrea said they had a coworker who threw them under the bus just so the bosses would stop bothering her. So now they don't hold her accountable for anything. Yeah, that's messed up right there. Yeah, Saz World said they're so evil. Yes, they're evil, and the thing about it is, once again, you have to, even when you're dealing with a Scorpio, you have to use strategy, because you can't meet them where they're at. You can't meet them on an emotional realm of things, because you're gonna get hurt, because they weaponize. So with him telling me, hey, if you don't like it, you could just leave, or hey, you could just like go join him, or hey, you could just, you and him could just work something out. And I'm like, damn, you would just drop me like a bag of dope, because I'm telling you, oh, I'm disagreeing with you and telling you, hey, that wasn't the move. And you just gonna tell me like, hey, you could just go with him then. I'm like, then that let me know what you think about me then. It's like, you telling me I'm your right hand, and I'm like, he's telling me, oh yeah, I heard you was hiding some of the so what ended up happening, I got some freebies from one of his guys. See, in one of his guys in his guys camp, he had plugged me with some a couple of things, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, they said the Scorpio called me this morning. He's like, yo, I heard you had got some some freebies and stuff from Slim's homeboy. I was like, yeah, but he didn't say it was for everybody. He just said it was for me, and then he said, hey, you could just pay me later for him, right? Why did the Scorpio say, nah, I don't think that's right. If you get something, we all supposed to eat. I said it wasn't for a group thing though. He gave it to me in exchange. He told me to give him, pay him later for it. I said it wasn't for everybody, and he's like, but still, your homeboys, you supposed to ration out and sell. It wasn't all for you. He was like, he helped you with several things, gave you so many freebies. So I'm like, I didn't even see it as a freebie because he said pay him later. So I was like, bro, you overthinking this, bro. I said, bro, you afraid that I'm gonna betray you. That means that you got that cooking for me. See, like, because I feel like my intuition was like maybe he trying to set a trap, to make me feel like, oh, I'm hiding something. I'm really not hiding nothing. But if you want me to hide something, I'll hide it then. See, if you want me to hide something, I'll hide it. Because I don't have to prove shit to nobody. If I want to put shit up in, and hey, if I want to put shit up in my safe, that's my personal choice. So that's the thing I'm saying is that Scorpios, they be getting Pisces fucked up, bro. Like, you not running nothing. I ain't scared of you, fam. Like, if I want to, I'm a grown ass man. If anybody give me something, I don't have to tell you shit. It's my stuff. Like, what I'm saying is Scorpios can get beside themselves. Like, they start thinking like they running you or controlling you, like, in a way, like, oh, like they supposed to know everything that you do. Like, any type of money hit your hand and it's from somebody y'all both know, oh, you got to tell me what happened and where that money go. And I'm like, nah, bro, that ain't how it go. Put my glasses back on. But yeah, man, motherfucker had me bent. Like, bro, So then I was like, I'm like, bro, I had, put stuff safe. And he's like, why you put the stuff, at your house? He said, you could have just put it into our little stash. And I'm like, nah, bro, you don't need to be monitoring nothing. You cutting ties with people because you in folks' business. No, bro, I don't trust you. Like, I can't. Yeah, we was putting our stuff in the same stash. And I was like, we ain't stashing nothing. We not stashing together in the same stash. Now you got me. Hey, you got me feeling like paranoid. Like, shit, I can't trust you. Like, what, are you gonna try to run off with my stuff? Like, no, bro. And it's just like I say, Scorpio is it's just like they'll be nice to you to get to a point where they are feeling like that they're in control. So it's like when I first met him, like I said, I helped him out. He was cool. And then like everybody started getting involved. And then it was like everybody was cool, bro. It wasn't no issues. Like, we both, I'm talking about straight up, we had straight up structure, bro, in our little, in our group, our little friend group, It's like everybody had structure, no issues. Then the Libra jumped into the equation. And, he's like super loud, very aggressive. At least his tone is. So he's like yelling. And he's just like telling us like we didn't tell him nothing. He was left out of the whole situation. We like, bro, you was at work. Like, when nobody finna hit you up, you was at work. When nobody trying to bother you while you was at work. But it's just like the Libra was just going off. And then it was just like everybody, I guess started venting, was telling each other like, yo, we got to keep it 100, 1,000 with each other. The Scorpio, he's, acting like, he's down. He's acting like he's with that. And my back of my mind intuition was like, just still keep everything separate. Cause you just never know with Scorpio. Like, keep everything separate. Breadcrumb them a little bit. So like if you do keep something in the safe that y'all share together, don't keep nothing that's like worth nothing, like really something that you don't mind losing. if it does, if you do lose it. So I was just like, but I know everybody gonna say, well, if that's the case, you shouldn't even put nothing in the thing. But then if I do that, because he's already been asking me like, yo, he said some shit was missing from the safe that he had put in there, and I said, bro, I was like, yo, what's mine is yours in a way. I'm like, cause we can't be fighting over like, halves, and like, bro, you put 200 towards something and I put 200, then that's half, bro. So you can't take like the whole thing, assuming that it's yours. I said, that's the whole point why I said, hey, out of no distrust, but out of just saying, hey, I need to keep my stuff separate from yours. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Hey, you keep your stuff separate in your own safe. Because when I put stuff in the safe together with his stuff, Scorpios be thinking they slick. Like, they'll try to claim some of your stuff that's not theirs. Like, bro, that's not yours, bro. And I'm not finna argue, bro, with nobody, bro. Because I'm not, like I say, the Piscean with, when I started Piscean, fam, that shark come out on you, bro. That's it, bro. I'm going in, bro. I'm not finna sit there and play with him, fam. So that's the thing. Like, I hate that Scorpios get you to that point to where they do start respecting you, or just, moving like they supposed to be moving after you let the shark out. See, the thing about it is, like, once you put something in the booty hole, you can't take it back. No diddy. But yeah. Hey, y'all, hey, I said that last thing to see if anybody was listening, okay? Y'all didn't like that one, huh? Okay, Misty said, her ex is a gaslighting and lies, graduate from psychology too. That's crazy. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, oh, welcome, Jay Hudson. What's going on? Yeah, that's true, Henry, on everything. See, Freddie said, his Scorpio wife, they are soft, but they can backstab you and lie straight in your face. Yeah, that's why I said, like, that's why I said, like, the way that he tried to make it seem like he was all good with the grown man talk that all three of us had. So it was like we was on three-way. So we was just talking like, yo, you can't, we all got to keep it 1,000. But my intuition, my intuition was showing me like he's just, he's saying that like, oh yeah, we this and we that. But he might have a secret plan that he might be, on some coming up shit. I try to make it seem like we all come up together, like we all gonna, grind together. It's like, but I'm just like, okay, so as I said, I'm a strategist, or however you say it, right? What I begin to notice is that it's like I have to use the 48 laws of power in such a way regarding this situation, because when they say never outshine the master, it's like that's what I've been doing lately. I just been like, making it seem like I'm making short, little moves. Like I'm not even telling him the big moves that I make. Like he don't know I got a channel, like my personal business, because I know better. He's a Scorpio. I'm not telling him shit. I'm not telling that nigga about nothing that my personal life consists of, because Scorpios use that against you. They will use anything that you tell them personally that nobody knows about. They will use it against you. And they will do it without even a reason, like not even a legitimate reason. They can just get on that emotional rage and just start like stinging, just start pulling a stinger out, just trying to just sting everything. And the best thing to do is to remain calm, just to be silent. Don't say nothing. Just act real boring to them. Act real boring and just act like, oh, like you just don't give a damn, because they're looking for a reaction. It's a thing with Aries and Scorpio regarding that Mars energy. That Mars energy is more of a it's like a provoke. It's like to provoke. So it's like that it tries to push you into a reactive, mood, reactive mindset. So it's very aggressive and it puts you on the edge. It puts you, into that whole, like the arena. So when you're dealing with Scorpios, they try to do these little things, I call them traps. They set you up to trap you into these submission type mindsets where, you may feel like the victim. They may feel like the dominant one in the situation, but they only focus on obtaining power in situations and control. So if you put all your money into their safe, for example, and you don't keep none for yourself, and that Scorpio realize that, oh, you put all your bank savings and check, everything into that shared safe, it's a 9 times out of 10, they probably will take it just to have power over you and to control the narrative. See? And they can lie and change the narrative so fast and say that the money was theirs. See? And then you be trying to like tell them like, yo, it's mine. You stole my money. Hey, that's mine. And they won't give it to you because they use it as leverage. See? So they'll always have that one up on you that, hey, oh yeah, I got your money, and they know you want your money back, but they won't give it to you. So it's like they'll have that over your head. See? So it's like if you do anything with them, you're gonna be thinking about that money that, oh, they took from you, and then that might make you kiss their behind, let them because of it, because you're like, hey, well, you might, they can trick you into thinking and giving you false hope that, oh, I'll get my money back, someday, somehow. And hey, maybe I just got to kiss this Scorpio's ass. Maybe he'll just end up, giving me my money back or some of it. And it's like, no, he's gonna lead you on to thinking that that's going to be something he's going to do. But you can't make a Scorpio do the right thing. Because it's different from Aquarius, where Aquarius will rebel against something, where Scorpio, they don't have that remorse to be like, yo, give that man his bread back without asking for another favor, without asking for, expecting to get something back from it. Because they see that, oh, I don't have to give your money back. So yeah, if you give them something of value, they might take it and say, oh, well, yeah, then I'll give your money back. But now they got something else that's, to use as leverage against you. So it's like, so the best thing I'll do with Scorpios is that I strike first. But see, when I strike, it's subtle. So it's like, I just make a separate safe, have my own safe at the crib. Boom. Move all my stuff to my safe, everything, even the stuff we went in on. That way, I'm not gonna tell him that I moved the stuff to my safe. I'm gonna tell him that I cleaned the inventory and everything that we had put up, I organized it, and I'm trying to put up some new stuff to give him the illusion that, hey, I'm trying to better both of us, so we both have, we both come up. But I had to clean out the whole, the whole inventory in the safe to make sure that, hey, we put new stuff in there. See? So it's like, in a way, what I begin to notice is that as long as you say us in the equation, the Scorpio, he won't pay attention to the illusion, because he's blinded by the illusion, because he's probes and thinks that he only knows what he sees, you see. But it's like, when you start the way you talking and smooths the words around maneuver around him. You can literally like spin him, outmaneuver him to where he can't see the illusion. See, he can't see the illusion because he's in the dark. See, so it's like when you do something to outsmart him, he doesn't catch on that, oh, I'm being beat at my own game. Like, because Pisces will get into a self-protection mode to where it's like, okay, I gotta look out for myself. Like, I'm not going to not be hurt out of this situation. It's better for me not to go head up with him. It's better for me to do what I'm known to do best, is swim around him, be evasive to where he can't say that, oh, you're hiding money, or hey, you're hiding this from me. It's like, bro, you feel like I'm hiding money away from you. Do you know that I'm hiding money away from you? No. So it's like, as you know that you're doing something, he can't accuse you and say that you're doing it if he didn't see you. Because that's the thing. Sometimes Scorpio would do that. They'll try to say, oh, I feel like you're doing something, because they could put that heavy emotion on your neck, and it's like, oh, yeah, you will end up telling. If they find out you even admit like saying that's something that they had they may have had a feeling of you doing, and they let's say you admit something like, oh yeah, I was hiding money, but it was because of this, then that'll make them feel like, oh, I knew it. He's hiding, he's doing this. Let me put another safe, or tell them to put it. They'll find a sneaky way to obtain that whatever it is, just to have control over it. So that's why I said, like, I just didn't even bring it up. I'm like, you know what? I ain't even gonna mention it, because like, you don't want to get reactive when you're dealing with a Scorpio, because that's like they can, it's not okay. There's some people that get pissed off. Then there's some people that get extremely pissed off to where it's like, it takes too much out of you to respond at that moment. And like him, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. Y'all probably never seen me act like this, but it's kind of like sad. It's sad because, like, bro, imagine you building something. Like, imagine you really want something, right? You really want some jewelry, you really want something, and like, bro, like, you saving all your money towards it, bro. We all trying to get some chains. We all trying to get some real jewelry, not no fake. Get some real jewelry. We putting our money into this, bro. Money. Then all of a sudden, this man just, bro, it's like Scorpios will find a reason to sabotage the whole fucking project, bro. It's like, you know how a person, set up a bunch of Legos. They build like this huge Lego project. Everybody been putting their time into building and just completing. It's like, damn, this is gonna be a beautiful, you know what I mean? Like, damn, we ain't never built nothing this big, and hey, we almost there. We just got to get the top, put the little decoration pieces, and we're done. We could take the pictures. Why? Right when y'all get to the top, bro, Scorpio just find a reason to knock the whole fucking shit down, bro. Like, just because, bro, he sees what's finna happen, and he just says, oh, what would it be like for me to just knock it down? Like, bro, that's some devil type evil ass shit, bro. What would it be like for me to just knock it down? They've been working on this for damn near the whole year. Let me mess it up. Like, okay, bro, I got you, bro. I got you, bro. Messing it up. Okay. Like, yeah, you want to mess, I'll show you how to mess some shit up. And that's it. That's what I be getting on that type of time. And like, okay, you want to mess up something, now I'm finna, a Pisces gonna hold you accountable, fam. Like, oh, you the type of dude that like messing shit up? I'm gonna mess some shit up for you. I got you. Like, yeah, wait for that, hey, that karma to come back around, bro. See? I know why. I have an inkling feeling of why he did that. It's because when we was talking about what chains we was getting, he was like trying to get a different chain. He was trying to change the logo and what he was getting on his chain. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm not getting that. I didn't want. He was like, oh, y'all don't fuck with it. I said, nah, bro, I'm not getting that on my chain. And it was like I didn't want to tell him what I was getting on my chain. I think that was bothering him. So it's like this man just found a way to just like ruin it, just because I wouldn't tell him like what I was getting on mine. Cause I didn't. You should never really tell somebody what you want, because they might try to copy you, or hey, you know what I'm saying, steal your idea. But I be realizing Scorpios be like, it's crazy, cause so I tell you why. After the fact, the Scorpio said, he said, yo, bro. He said, yo, why you didn't answer your phone when I called you, bro? I said, cuz, bro, I was at work. I wasn't at work though, y'all. I lied. I was actually, off today. So I'm like, he ain't know. I'm just pissed what happened. So that's the reason why I just was like, I can't even focus right now on nothing. I'm even doing this live late than I normally do it, because I'm like, bro, I'm just like, bro, like, in my mind, just trying to think like, how can I like think straight after this? Because that's when I told y'all, when the Scorpios sting you, fam, they sting you in a spot that you probably wouldn't even have like no no preparation, no type of like armor in that area where they sting you at. Because it's like you least expect it. It's like if you got stung by a bee, in between your eyes, it's kind of like you get stung right here. You're gonna be like, oh, it's gonna hurt, because like you would never. This type of area probably gets no attention out of all everything about you. You get stung in that one spot that's like, and don't nothing go right here but a wash, face cloth, washing your face or something. Like, damn, you get stung right there, it's gonna hurt. So it's like catch you off guard. It's like getting stung. I'm like, and I was, when he stung me, I don't believe it was intentional. I believe it's a defensive mechanism for him, to where when he feels like he's not, fully supported on something he wants to do, he goes into this like selfish like type of like, because I could hear it in his voice, like it like changed to where he was like, well, I'm dropping this, I'm cutting ties with this person. I'm like, he's like, I don't care what you say, I'm cutting ties with this person. I'm like, in my mind, like, bro, you're gonna be that type of dude that's gonna have to learn the hard way regarding like decisions. Because I used to, like, me, I say this, like, before, just some advice, like, I feel like before you make a decision in life, make sure that you got a backup plan. Make sure you got a better situation lined up. Just don't be doing no random emotional decision making, fam, because you will regret that shit. I don't care what nobody say. You will regret it. Like, so yeah. So with that being said, let me see. Yeah, definitely said, Andrea said they lash out when they can't control you. Facts. Say, Freddie said, I honestly think if you keep God in your relationship, you can make a wife and make everything work. Facts. What's going on, everyone? Yeah, definitely. Jay Huss said his cousin, a Scorpio, then got that man fired from his job, still laughing about it. That's crazy. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, when it comes to leadership and like that type of stuff, like I say, Scorpio, they got some good traits, but they also got some bad traits as far as not listening. They don't listen to nobody telling them like, hey, you shouldn't do that. That's not the move. because when you think, when you're only thinking about yourself, I believe their ego steps in too much. Their ego gets the best of them because, like, sometimes it's like, I can't even explain it. They're different. They're a different type of water sign, but it's like they're more selfishly inclined with their decisions, you guys, because, like, it's certain stuff that, you know, that, it's give or take, like I say, because, like I say, they can help Pisces, but the problem is that their decisions can affect everybody. Like the Libra, he was pissed because he actually was getting, he was actually getting close to to Slim. He was actually, getting to know everybody. We all play poker. We all be chilling. It's like he was just getting cool and, chopping it up with the other two. And it was like, yeah, everybody's getting along, bro. Scorpio just fucked it up, bro. That's all that happened. Fucked it up. Then it was just like, it's more of an aggravation than anything, and it's a more of a frustration than aggravation that I feel right now. That I'm basically just telling you guys about this. I understand. I know how it sounds like, yeah, but bro, he goes and becomes friends with the enemy. Like, what sense did that make? Somebody we used to know. He goes and says, hey, man, you want to come, join us and ante up with us and, let bygones be bygones? Just because he feels comfortable that he knows these people and he knows what they could possibly do. Well, we didn't really get into no fight with this dude, but it was like we used to know him and then some shit went left because one of his homeboys said something slick. It was like a fight, little altercation, but didn't nothing jump off. But this is the funniest thing, bro. It's not funny, but it's like we go over dude's house, right? We meet over there. Tell me why. Guess who I saw at dude's house? The Libra woman. Remember the Libra woman I was telling y'all about? The one that was a hot mess? Bro. So it wasn't just one enemy, it was another enemy. And you know what's crazy? As I do these live videos with y'all, it's like the same shit that I talk about happens again. I was just telling y'all about hidden enemies and how to decipher a hidden enemy and how to what to look for. Boom. It just happened today. Now the Libra woman was there. I'm like, I bumped into her. I said, yo, I ain't on nothing. Don't try to backdoor me. I don't know. Hey, let that shit go. I'm over it. I had to squash, but as a Pisces, I know it wasn't squash, even though she said it was squash because she's a damn Libra. She said, oh, yeah, it's all good. Yeah, okay, I'm not mad. And yeah, she was like, I hope you're not mad at my friend either because you used to talk to her. She said, oh, are you mad at Lay? Lay is a Capricorn. I said, no, I'm not even studying Lay. I didn't even know she still even be over here, I'm surprised I'm even seeing you here. So that was just like, bro, how did you cut ties and now you're back over here with the enemy? But you know us Pisces. Why would you even restart that cycle? You can't restart cycles. No, not Pisces doesn't restart a cycle, fam. That ended already. So I had to act like it was all good. And then when I left from there, I said, no, hell no. See, so you got the challenge of trying to keep the peace when everything is falling apart. Oh, what's going on, cowboy? Andreas said, yup, I have outmaneuvered plenty of them. When they figure out what you did, the range that follows is beautiful and worth it. Yeah, that's the thing. Let me see. Yeah, then it's like, I met another Libra woman, and man, she was one of them Libras that's like a stripper type of Libra. And she was mentioning some crazy stuff to me, man. I'm like, nah, bro. Then I asked her what her sign was, and she got offended. She got extremely offended when I asked her sign. She said, "Why did you ask me that? Why?" She even sent me the little GIF, like the little GIF little movie looking thing with the eye roll. Like, why'd you ask me my sign? Where did that come from? And she was like, "I don't believe in that stuff." She said she was you know, she said her culture was that she was in Hindu. She was like, I don't follow that stuff. But it was like, obviously you do follow it. See, stop projecting. Because if you don't know about something, there's no reason for you to react. That's just like saying, hey, that's like saying, oh, what's your favorite burger at Burger King? What's your favorite burger at McDonald's? And then all of a sudden you get offended. You're like, you send a gift like what? What do you mean what's my favorite burger at McDonald's? I don't eat McDonald's. That's like, bro, you must have ate it to not like it. See? So that let me know that, yeah, she probably knows her sign, and she knows she behaves like that, but she doesn't want to claim it. She doesn't want to own it. Because people project that's the thing, when people, they get mad and upset and they react to something that you say, it's because they've done it, they've tried it, they didn't like it. See? But only reason I asked her sign was to throw her off, because sometimes when people try to play you and you will throw out a question that a person is not, normally asked often. You throw out something random, it makes a person think. See, remember I said people hate not knowing enough about a subject. See, so it's like when you put somebody in that type of boat, they don't want to be in a seat of not knowing something. See, also shows that shows you that they might be a controlling type of person, to have a controlling personality. Now, the thing about Pisces and Scorpio, they're soul linked, okay, until they're not. So I'm gonna break it down to y'all, okay? Now, this is one very very important thing for Pisces. You will be better off staying silent than going toe to toe with the Scorpio. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when you are dealing with a Scorpio, you have to communicate. You have to. That would be you setting a boundary. You have to talk to them. And you cannot act as if everything's all peaceful, peachy creamy when you talk to them. You got to cut the bullshit. So, because they will have that same act, they might have that same type of vibe going up, They might even say, hey, what's the vibes? What's the vibes? It might come around you saying that, what's the vibes? And, trying to act all cool. And you got to say there ain't no fucking vibes. You need to, hey, man, when you do this and that, you need to talk to somebody. You can't just be cutting ties with people and not telling nobody. And what are you cutting ties about? What did you hear? Like, you got to talk to them like that. Very stern, very, very serious. Like, you got to have that I'm not playing with you type of vibe. You got to be serious when you're dealing with them, because in what people will do is back up. They will either cave in, and that's the worst thing you want to do, because you do not want to absorb their emotional chaos. See, and like I say, the very thing like I say, the very thing that I'm spazzing out about is the emotional pressure, because it forced me to have to really deal with him like the way that I didn't want to deal with him, because it's like I felt that now that's risky as hell. Now it shit, whatever I put in, I might not get that back. So do I want to risk that? No. So I had to find out a strategy to get my money back if I am going to cut ties with him. See? Or if he cut ties with me, but he can't have my money in his hands when he tries to cut ties with me, because we gonna fight. See? So, you know, another reason why I spaz out is because I feel silently tested. Don't play with me and don't test me, fam, to see if I'm loyal and, hey, see if I'm, you know, because when he said, yo, I feel like you hiding something. You hiding, I heard you was hiding stuff. Bro, that right, man, I was finna snap, bro, when he said that. Hide from what? I am a grown man. What the hell I got to hide? But it was like, it's like this manipulative silence that he tries to, you know, do to where it's like, he tries to make you think that he really feels like that when it all could just be manipulation. See? The next thing, emotional guilt. Trying to make me feel guilty like if I was. Now, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. Between me and y'all, I was hiding stuff. And he was right. I was hiding stuff from him in the Libra because I don't trust him. I don't trust them. And hey, when I feel like I can't trust somebody, I'm changing combinations. I'm changing locks. I'm changing everything. And I'm not keeping shit in no shared damn safe. No. So he was dead on the money when he came to me and said, hey, I heard you been hiding stuff. I'm like, what I gotta hide? If I want to change the damn combination because I don't trust you, hey, I'm justified there. That's a good, hey, I'm doing the right thing. See, you got a problem with me moving my stuff? That means that you had ill will intentions towards me. And you see, the power dynamics is like, hey, who are you to tell me that I'm hiding something? See, I'm older than him. He talking to me like we the same age or something. Next thing, you know, control, disguise as care. Talking about, oh yeah, well, I just want to make sure everything's rationed out, you know, rationed out. If you get something, because he said him and the Libra, they said Slim was supposed to give them the same thing that was given to me. But Slim didn't tell me that. Slim just came to me and said, yo, this for you. Whoop-de-woo, like, hey, just throw me the bread whenever you get the bread. Hey, if you come across some things that, hey, that I could use, just, you know, just look out for me. I said, bet. But it's like, they was jealous and mad that they got whatever they wanted. Dude gave it to me, in other words. And then they like, yo, you was supposed to share that. Yo, you supposed to give us some of that. That wasn't all for you. And I'm like, okay, so when I gave y'all, when I cashed y'all out and helped y'all, I didn't say, yo, y'all had to give me this. Y'all had to pay me this back. So now y'all talking about I need to ration out the little silly shit that dude gave me. Wasn't it ain't even nothing for y'all to be trying to press me about. See? But, you know, it's the mood swings, because Scorpio would be like, 1 minute they be cool. Cool as a cucumber. No diddy. Then when they not cool, you could feel it on 10, because it's like, what happened, bro? You in a bad mood or something? Because now you acting, you just the attitude, just the whole, like, everything be off. It make you feel like we not cool. It's like, from them, you know, how they talking to you, their tone, what they're saying, and then they pull back. So it's like, You know, they try to subtly ignore you. Cause I had called him, he didn't answer. I'm like, whatever, bro. I ain't even finna, whatever, you know. Cause I'm like he normally would answer, but I'm like, I ain't even finna trip about that dumb shit, fam. Like, then it's like there's an intensity overload that happens because when you get into these little debates, you can hear that the Scorpio in his voice is like he think the shit funny. I'm like, bro, you really get off on this back and forth shit. I'm not with this stuff, bro. Like, you don't understand, bro, that once I see how you move and I see how you're programmed, bro, I'm gonna I'm gonna end up putting what they say an ending to your cycle. You think that, hey, you can outsmart me? You cannot, fam. Then it's like you feel like you're going through some type of trust test. See, through the Scorpio trying to put you through some type of, detector. You feel the emotional probing too. Them trying to ask you these, different types of arsenal of questions to try to trip you up. But yeah, then it say Missy say obviously changed his mind, didn't want any more maid excuse. He knew that dude. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I just started feeling like I just feel like, you don't know what happens like behind the scenes. It's just like, but what I begin to notice this is why this is why I'm such a loner, because when I start, it seemed like with some of us, I'm sure some of y'all go through the same thing, but like when you start going through other people to get stuff, it never works. It's always bumping heads with other guys. Like, bro, why can't we just get along and actually have some shit? But I could do better on my own. See, as soon as you start like trying to get with, have all these other people like in the mix, it just messes everything up. Like I say, emotional probing, possessiveness. They always want their hands in every goddamn thing that even when it don't concern them. The jealous undertones to where, they see you hanging with somebody else or jiving with somebody else, they start getting upset. Emotional secrecy. Yeah, definitely. Yes, like the Jammer said, Scorpios are cool, but you gotta love them from a distance. Yeah, that's how it is. But it's like, I feel like okay, so the problem with this situation is when I told y'all last week, I said, yo, I helped him out, and hey, we all was supposed to benefit off what I handed out to him. So, I looked out for him, and then we all supposed to get something out of it type of deal. But now it's like, if he would just cut ties, like boom, just off the rip with somebody else, it's like, damn, he'll do that. He's a crash out then. He'll do the same thing with one of us, including the Libra. The Libra was right when he said that, but then like, you can't trust nobody no matter what, like, because the Libra, he was like, talking about God, and he was like, talking about Bible verses, and he appears to be a man of God, but it's like, when it's like you gotta really just know people to know they're not faking it, So because it's superficial. Like if a person, like I knew a guy, he was an Aquarius. Man, the man would have the Bible, Holy Bible in his hand, coming, in college, walking through the hallways, he'd be, singing out loud for everybody in the school to hear him. It's like, and then all of a sudden, one day we was just sitting in the cafeteria, and this one prophet, like a real prophet, approached us, and he was like, yo, I want to, I got a word to give you and your boy. And literally he told the dude with the Bible, like, yo, you gotta stop. He's like, yo, you really gotta live it, fam. You can't just be walking around like trying to show off the Bible and singing songs, and you really gotta live what, you know what I'm saying, live this life. You can't just be trying to, show people it. You gotta live it. And it was like, he had been, dating, 14-year-old girls, doing all kind of like sinful stuff, like that was like bad. So it's like, yo, it's okay to, believe in God, everything, but you just can't be trying to make, the way you're going about it. You're doing it and you're not doing it right, in other words. So it's like, when he said that, it made sense. Like, bro, he got the look of he got the look of a man of God, but he's not living it. He wasn't living it at that time. So it's like, when this dude come around, he doing the Libra, doing the same thing. And it scares me because how do you know that if he really mean what he's saying, or he using God's name in vain? Like, you don't really know if he really, I don't know him outside of when we come to our little gathering, we played a little poker and stuff. I don't know that man personally. It ain't my business. But I mean, I don't try to force my faith or anything, on somebody if the environment is not, you know what I mean? Like, unless we in church or something, but I'm not finna just go around forcing, hey man, read this, read that. Yeah, the Bible verse says this, boom, like, to me, that'd be feeling like, are you doing that really because you live, like, you really live that way? Or are you trying to like make people, are you trying to manipulate people? See? So it's like, you gotta know what you really dealing with. Cause it's like, when you walking in faith, it's like you gotta live it, put it like that. Okay, so Sapphire Welcome said, Leo, Scorpios said having my family, they can't get along, end up arguing about everything. Yeah, that's the thing, but like, that's why I said, like, for me, having the moon in Aquarius, I just detach when I start feeling the emotional heaviness coming from anybody. I just detach to where I can't let that slow me down. I can't get stuck there, because to me, it's not going to produce a positive situation. I have a Sagittarius stellium. So with my Sagittarius stellium, I have to keep moving. I have to keep going forward, accomplishing things as I go. I can't get stuck into a thought, get stuck into what somebody said, what somebody did, somebody's personal business. Like, my focusness is like literally forward thinking and just going towards what I need to go through. Anything along the way, I'll deal with it when I deal with it. See? But if it's something stupid that doesn't need any type of logic to it to fix it, then it's bullshit. I'm not going to even pay attention to it. It's just a distraction at the end of the day. So when you're dealing with people that are heavily emotional, like Scorpio, it's like you end up, the best thing for you to do is to leave them alone, to protect yourself. You will literally have to unfriend them, because it's just like, it's either that or you end up taking on all the burdens and getting, projected upon. That's not fair. See? Now, the next thing is hidden resentment. So that's what I'm going through now. It's like, now I'm starting to resent the whole fact, like, damn, did I make the right decision regarding this? Then, like I say, it's the psychological dominance here, because this is why I said you have to play chess, not checkers. Every move has to be meaningful to you. Even if you get no respect, even if, a person don't love you, you got to look in the mirror and say, and say you love the person that you see in the mirror. See? So it's like at the end of the day, you got to look out for yourself. You can't look at how somebody else feels, what they think. It don't matter. You can't people please. The next thing is hit constant observation. This is something that never stops. You should never, man, listen, you should never, you got to be observing with Scorpio and be on your toes. You have to be on a constant observation with them. Can't take your eyes off of them, slack up, loaf. No. Because they do things very subtle. They do very things that's like, kind of like you notice it, but you got to catch it in time. There's unspoken expectations. The Scorpio doesn't tell you everything up front, obviously. They wait. So it's like they'll wait till they collect something. So if you put $20 on something, they're going to make sure they collect that $20 before they do something that shows disloyalty. Or, hey, you probably would think, why didn't you do this first before you ask for the $20 towards the situation? Then you start feeling like, oh, damn, this person is up to something. No shit, right? Now, there is an energy drainage that happens. That's why you do not want to get into the ring with Scorpio. You don't want to challenge them face on. What you want to do is stay silent, boring, appear to be boring to that Scorpio. Act real slow in your movements. Don't mention it of anything that, hey, you probably question. Keep it to yourself. Move accordingly. The next thing is passive control. Passive control is more of a thing with Scorpio because they don't want you to know that they're controlling things. It's a secret to them against you. See? But remember I said with Pisces, it doesn't work because Pisces can match your energy and also have the passive control with you. See? Because once a Pisces draw the illusion, you might actually assume that, oh, you in control because the Pisces sets up things to look that way. See? But you don't see that the Pisces is subtly controlling the situation because he's not showing all his cards. He's just showing you, he's just showing you the weak cards in the deck, so yet you could assume that you're gonna catch the W. And little do you know, he's just hiding. He's just hiding everything that he doesn't want you to see. See. Now, the next thing is Scorpios. They test Pisces' patience. They see how much will you take of their bullshit. That's why I said you have to sternly talk to them and communicate with them. You can't let shit slide with Scorpio, because when you see something, you have to address it immediately. Hey man, why you got 2 shoe boxes of our stuff? Or hey, why you doing this? Or hey, why you didn't answer the phone, man? You normally answer. What's going on? Talk to me, because bro, that Scorpio will get you. See, they like to take advantage of a person, a situation, and then they'll blame you if you don't stand up for yourself. They'll say, hey man, he didn't stand up for himself, so I took his damn lunch money. Just like Aries, the Aries woman will bully you if you let her. You have to, man. You dealing with an Aries woman, they will test you, fam. They will see if you can handle their flame, fam. And you really have to show them, like, it's whatever. Just know, hey, I'm chill, but I ain't soft either. See? Because an Aries woman will bully you. An Aries woman can bully you in such a way that she'll be sitting on your face or just looking, taking advantage of you. Now, Next thing is Scorpios can hold grudges. So, anytime they feel slighted, they might hold a grudge about it. This is something they're not going to tell you. So it's like, yeah, they might appear to be unbothered. They might say things like, hey, I don't even give a damn. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, okay, keep it. I don't care. Like, I was never looking for your help in the first place. Bullshit. It's lies. They never want to look weak or look like they lost in an argument, a situation, or feel like outmaneuvered, beat. Anything that you do and they don't get their way about it, they're going to take it as a slight, meaning a grudge, holding a grudge against you about it. Petty. See, they also keep emotional surveillance over you and how you feel. See, and it could, like I say, it could be concerning them. They're fully aware of their BS and what they're doing to you. This is not oh, I didn't know, didn't even realize I was doing it. No, they're full aware. They are trying to control you, man. They get possessive over controlling your emotions, trying to control when to, because that's how they manipulate, is that they go off of, conditioning you and training you and learning your behaviors through your emotions. Like, oh, you're in a good mood? Oh, okay. I know how to control this person. I know when they're in a good mood. I know when they're in a bad mood. I know just what to say to get my way, or hey, to shut this person down, or hey, so you gotta confuse them. You gotta be like, oh, I ain't really so happy right now. Oh yeah, I'm kind of sad today. And then that's when you really are happy. You making it seem like, oh, I'm happy, but hey, I'm making to you, Scorpio, I want you to believe that I'm sad. See? So that way I can control you, how you deal with me. See that? Now, the thing about it is negativity loops. If a Scorpio gets on a certain type of kick where they're, a lot of positivity, structure, everything going good, they just find a way to tear it down. See, through the jealousy, the negativity loops. Because this is the thing, they don't mind cranking the heat up when it comes to a negative situation, man. Hey, if one thing is, if it's a mess at hand, they will literally increase the mess. There will be no healing behind the mess. It's like, okay, I made a mess, and now, hey, they're going to make a bigger mess out of the situation. See, they're quick to move on. They're quick to cut ties. They're quick to, make a irrational decision. They also have the heavy energy presence that they bring with them. So you feel them coming. Sometimes you might actually get, scared when they come around. You could feel uneasy because you see the negative, the way they carry themselves. They can be very sinister, very snake-like. So it's like, as soon as they come around, everybody starts to hide hide all their belongings. You put your Jordans outside in a box, in the bushes, just stuff that you really care about. A Scorpio can really get that stuff, like can really stealthy snake you out of stuff. And it's like, by the time you react, it's too late. It's like, you got to be smart. You got to be on toes. You can't put all your eggs into the basket. You got to be very spontaneous. You got to be very unpredictable with anything that you have. It's almost like when a Scorpio finds out about it, they just found out about it. See, everybody else like, hey, I already knew that already. Scorpio like, I didn't know much. Nobody told me. Yeah, because you're the one that's messy. You don't need to know nothing new about nobody's business. You don't need to know nobody's business anyway. You don't know how to hold water. See, because a Scorpio, if they're mad at you, they will tell your secrets, fam. They will literally ruin your reputation with other people, because they'll take your name and drag it in mud. They'll tell people, yeah, such and such, Yeah, he touched the such and such. And now you looking at that dude judging him because Scorpio tricked you into thinking this dude was a bad person, and you believed them. So they're good at planting the seed of doubt into people's minds, see, and controlling them with that narrative. Now, another thing is suspicion without proof. Someone like Scorpio, you have to ask and demand proof of a situation that happened. Oh yeah, I heard about this and I heard about that. That could be a lie that they've made up. You say, hey, where's the proof? I want to see the proof of documentation of you catching Jerome leaving work early. You have to ask for that proof and demand it. Because Scorpio could say anything, make it sound good, and you fall for it. And it'd be a lie. Never happened. Next you know, you fired Jerome for no reason. Just because a Scorpio made it sound, like he really done it. And he didn't. See, because they can apply the emotion. That can the type of they can apply the type of emotion that goes with what they're saying to make it sound believable, but it's not true. See, yeah, definitely. This said facts, Sapphire. Yep, it say Mercury said Scorpios be thinking weird things you are doing that you never thought of. Yeah, because they have a fear of the unknown. See. So instead of them being in fear, they feel like they got to hurry up and do something to control the narrative, to make it seem like they left you alone. They stopped talking to you because you were moving weird. So to have the upper hand in the situation, they feel like they have to, make a decision based off of fear instead of facts. Now, let me see. Andrea said a Scorpio co-worker that she was talking to about always smiles when people get into trouble or if people make mistakes, but she is facing her computer so no one peeps. Yeah. And then it's like the same thing. I asked the Scorpio, I said, and I was just messing with him because I felt like he was getting kind of quiet, and I asked him a question. I said, yo, what, just trolling. I'm like, yo, what you get for Christmas? And then he was like, not much. He was like, not much of anything. And then the way he said it was like, nah. He was like, nah, I didn't get it. Nah, I didn't get much of anything. Like, he said it like in a sad, like kind of, like he didn't want to talk about it. I was like, oh, okay. So that made me not even want to like share anything that how my day went based off of his like, dry kind of like not interested type of tone. I'm like, yeah, he don't really sound like he want to talk about Christmas. I ain't even finna tell him what I did, because I ain't gonna let him ruin my day or try to bring me down because he feeling, and not into the holiday spirits. But it's like, I just read energy, so I was like, nah, he ain't the one to be telling about the holidays, because I could tell he gonna say something stupid. But yeah, let's see. Burke said her dad accused her of sleeping, or him. I'm not sure if I'm gonna just say Mercury. He accused you of sleeping with guys when I snuck out was with. Oh, okay. And then he said friends, nothing sexual going on in the party. And is he a Scorpio, Mercury? Yeah, definitely. Said what you trying to figure out facts? Yeah, definitely send me. Yeah, we us Pisces, we on repeat, we evolve. Tyler said all signs not the same, but them characteristics be there all the signs already have in their mind. They could use, they could do us Pisces any old way until we cut them off and then swim on like the beautiful fish we are. Yeah, definitely. You said Sapphire, you said Hindu have Vedic astrology. That's crazy. But I think what it is that people once you ask a person about their sign, I think what it does is it makes them feel like, you know, defensive, like it's something about them that they've already kind of like, they know that they're living the lie, or they living their life a certain type of way. They're afraid of you at that point, because it's like, well, hey, how do I defend myself against this question? Because the question is like, hey, they don't know anything about what you're asking, you know? They don't know, they don't understand it, or maybe because it has truths in it, they don't want you to pick up on anything about them. See? So they want to hide, see? And so the thing about it, now let me see, the next thing I got is control through vulnerability. Okay, so a lot of times, if the worst thing that a Scorpio, the main thing that they will be afraid of in the situation is to be caught by surprise, unknown, you know, feelings hurt behind the situation. You know, they will, with a Pisces, they're more afraid about being left alone. You know, they don't like to be alone. So a lot of times with Pisces, tends to, like, you know, hover around Scorpio, and even if you're just there, the worst thing that something that they can't handle is being alone. See, being ignored, being alone, in that silence that, you know, Pisces tends to do to his victims when they're not doing the right thing, or they're not treating people right. Pisces says, you know what, I ain't got time for this. Detaches. Scorpio can't handle that silence that Pisces gives, or any other sign that, you know, that pretty much doesn't have anything to say or won't talk to the Scorpio. Another thing too, when Scorpios are mad, they don't talk. What they do is they use the silent treatment. They start to punish you and torture you with the silent treatment, refusal to communicate directly. So it's like they won't talk to you directly over the telephone, but they'll like communicate in an awkward way, or hey, they might answer somebody else's question over yours, you know, act as if they didn't hear you. And then they might actually say it like, oh, I didn't even hear you. And you bring it to their attention like, hey, I was talking to you, you didn't respond. They might say, oh, I didn't hear you. So it's like little mind games like that, and lies. Remember I said Scorpio is the most vulnerable water sign. Why is that? Because they're more vulnerable to negativity. They're open to it as if they were a magnet to it. So it's like negativity attracts them. See, it's almost like a Scorpio will hug. If negativity were a person, you would think that a Scorpio was married to them. See how they would walk down the aisle and hold hands and kiss and say, hey, negativity, give me a hug, babe. And next thing you know, the Scorpio is hugging negativity like, oh, that's his wife. That's how bad and that's how vulnerable a Scorpio is. That's why I said, imagine all the beautiful people building up this Lego set. You trying to build Star Wars, Darth Vader, and, you know, him fighting another, you know, Yoda, and they both, this huge project, you guys putting all your, you know, time and energy into building this thing. It took months. It took 6 to 7 months to get as far as you guys did. The Scorpio, he was with y'all, and then all of a sudden he gets in a bad mood. If he's not getting attention, it could be any little petty little thing he may have felt slighted on. The negative thoughts that run through his mind, he's going to absorb it. And you know what he's going to do? He's going to take that negativity and say, you know what? I'm gonna tear this up. I'm gonna ruin this. I'm gonna ruin this project. And he's gonna say he doesn't give a F, and he's gonna ruin the project, tear it up. Now you got all these people reacting. Hey man, we worked so hard. It took us time to put this together. He got all these people, you know, just feeling down on it in the dumps and pissed off and upset, frustrated, aggravated, right? And then you know what the Scorpio gonna say? Well, yeah, that's their fault. Well, oh well, I don't give a damn. Okay. You know, like basically just acting like, oh, like acting like it's cool. The more people upset, the better for Scorpio. The more people, you know, mad and upset, because Scorpio absorbs the reaction that he gets. Because, you know, with the Mars, it's like the volcano, just like Aries. With the Mars, it's almost like a volcano of fire. So anything, he absorbs that negativity and tries to weaponize it. I'm gonna tell you the secret though. I'm gonna tell you how vulnerable he is to negativity, because he's the first one that gets in his feelings. He's the first one that gets into that whole crybaby, you know, woe is me, and acting like a, you know, straight up BITC, you know, he takes something on the intensity level, he takes it too far. He gets in his chest about it. That's why he does those mood swings, and then he takes something, he takes that negativity and uses that as fuel to tear up some shit. Because he's pissed, because he's mad, because he didn't have control over a situation. That's just like Tina. It's like Ike Turner. He gets the putting his hands on Tina when she, you know, when he feels, it's just like all that bull crap, all that trauma. See, the traumas, and he's inspired by those traumas. See, it's an imprint upon him in his life. He becomes fixated on pain, not healing. It's like everybody could be talking about good times, barbecues, parties, picnics. What is the Scorpio? What is he fixated on? He's fixated on cutting his wrist and doing like weird shit like that. What are you doing that for, bro? You're causing yourself self-pain, and now you're absorbing it because now you feel like the darkest person in the room. Come on, bro. And then it's like, this is an emotional looping that goes on. You know how when you make a song and you keep looping the intro and you keep looping the melody, he just keeps doing the same bullshit over and 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 over. It's like, bro, you gonna eventually end up sabotaging your own life. Like, bro, you gonna end up hurting yourself. It's gonna come an ending to your bullshit, bro. How many other friendship and ties you cut so soon because you heard some shit? Like, come on, bro. He could just be messy like that. But it gets to a point where no one no longer trusts you in anything. Your name is burnt up. You have to go to what, federal government or whatever to get a new name. Get a whole plastic surgery and look different, because your name is just so out there and it's just tossed around and everybody knows you're not trustworthy to even deal with. Now, internalized resentment. So they internalize everything and try to make it seem like, oh, it's everybody else's fault. Oh, I wouldn't have tore down the Lego set had everybody let me run, you know, the Lego. Or, hey, put my name on the tournament. Or, hey, I was the one that bought the Legos. It's like always something that they try to blame. Oh, you know, people try to take credit for it when I paid for the Lego set. So it's like with Scorpio, you can't let them be the one that runs something, because if you try to run it without them, it's almost like they start getting, you know, spiteful, vindictive. Okay, You have to set boundaries with Scorpio, okay? Or else, if you don't set boundaries with Scorpio, hey, the Scorpio emotions, that would be a Pisces burden. Because that's what you're swimming around. That's what you're feeling, Pisces. You're feeling the heaviness of that Scorpio's emotions. It's not even yours. Their emotions feel like, if you put it like this, their emotions feel so heavy to where you can't save them from that mind state in that experience because it's negativity. They don't want to heal. That's like a dog that won't let you clip his nails. Good luck with that. Especially if it's a Rottweiler or pit bull. They don't want you clipping their nails. You could almost get bit. That's the thing. When it comes to how a Pisces should handle a Scorpio, I said communicate early. Don't absorb their moods. When they're in a bad mood, you stay in a good mood. You don't adapt to their negativity, their mood. No. Name boundaries clearly. See, don't rescue them when they are in these bad moods. Don't try to save them. No. You want to jump off a bridge and you want to cut ties? Go ahead. Go out there and do whatever your heart desires, Scorpio. You want to run out in the middle of traffic without looking? Go ahead. You want to put something in your butt and hey, when you know you can't take it back, go ahead. Hey, you want to you want to sit on a seat and not wipe it down first? Go ahead. That's the stuff you can't talk a Scorpio out of nothing they want to do. You want all the baby oil that the world could give you? Hey, go ahead. See that? Because that's what you got to let them go, man. It's so funny. The very thing that they have the most problem with is letting go. You have to let them go. Get out of here. I'm not saving you. There's no leash. You want to walk out? You want to walk out there? You want to walk out there looking crazy? Go ahead, okay? Now, you have to detach emotionally when needed. Do not absorb what they show you because it's projection. Instead, when they frowning and wilding, you smiling and laughing. Because you know why they're testing to see if they can control your emotions and how you feel based on how they feel, see? So if they come with the sadness, they're waiting for you to become sad. When they acting down in the dumps and hey, nothing is ever right, they're expecting you to do the same thing to see if they can control your mood and your emotions with theirs. But when you show them that they can't handle it. See, they'll say to themselves, oh man, I can't even control him emotionally. See, he ain't gonna change. He gonna still be his happy-go-lucky self regardless if I'm pissed or hey, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that. He's unbothered. See? Now, the next thing I say, like I say, Pisces is way more patient with Scorpio than any other sign. See? But that could be a gift and a curse because you can actually be enabling that Scorpio by making them feel justified in a situation where they're wrong. See? Even in the midst of others. So you have to hold them accountable because when it comes to Scorpio, they don't give Pisces the same treatment in return. They're not patient with you, Pisces. Scorpios are not the same way you treat them. Like you be patient with the Scorpio, showing kindness and compassion constantly and loyalty. Scorpio will not do that. They will test you. They will probe. They'll watch you. They'll stay silent. And then they'll wonder why is the Pisces exploding on me right now? they'll become surprised. Like, no, what does Pisces oftentimes realize with Scorpio? Dang, I'll be looking out for you, but what do I get in return? I don't get, it's not an even exchange. It's not fair. See, so we feel everything. See, Scorpios, they don't understand it about Pisces. When we feel everything, we just don't say nothing. See, and then what happens is Scorpio projects pain. See, they can't feel their own pain alone and own it. So they try to push it out. They try to weaponize pain. See? So when they're doing negative stuff, when they're cutting up, when they're starting stuff, cutting ties, sabotaging, that's how they feel. They feel that's coming from pain. That's coming from something where they feel wounded. That's coming from a trauma, some type of traumatic situation at hand that took place, and they project it onto you because they want to hurt you. They want you to feel how they feel. See, and that's sick, and that's not right. And see, another thing is the fact that you need to communicate, or don't expect access. Okay, you need to communicate or don't expect access to a Pisces empathy. That's how it goes. See? So if you don't communicate, no, you have to hold out. Because that's what the Scorpio's doing. They're holding out. They could be nice to you if they really truly wanted to. But they hold back. They hold it back. And that's why it gets looked at or gets looked upon as manipulation. What are you holding back for? See? So you have to take that right from them. You have to say, well, hey, either communicate or, hey, you can't access my empathy or compassion. I'm not going to give you it. I will make sure that I won't give you that. See? So you have to set boundaries early and clearly, and you have to say it like that. Hey, man, if you don't communicate with me, then, hey, man, I'm not giving you shit. Simple as that. Point A. Care how you feel. You can cry. You can roll over laughing. Hey, I'm not changing my mind. See? Because Pisces, what is it that we do? We don't drown for nobody. Nope. So, hey, we love you. We love you deep. See? We love you deeply, but we ain't gonna drown for nobody. See? That's the thing. That's the thin line where people, that thin line that I be talking about, that you just have to know that thin line with us Pisces, because people miss that. They don't think that we will leave their ass. They don't think that we will actually really do them in. As much love as we show you, we can literally just like drop you right then and there. Boom. Never look back. See? So we can, we very good at that. Now, here's the thing. If you're a Scorpio and you watching this spaz out, as it would be a number, it's going to be a part 1, part 2, a series of every spaz out. Like I say, if you're a Scorpio, you got to just be honest, man. You need a few dollars, man, to get to your check. You ain't got to be manipulative. You ain't got to be doing all this stupid, negative, emotional bull crap, thinking nobody is going to feel it. Just say, hey, man, can I hold a few dollars just to get me some Vienna, Vienna sausage and crackers, some crackers for lunch tomorrow at work? Just ask. If somebody, trust, man, you have better time asking somebody for help than trying to pull something slick. Because people know. This is the thing. Scorpios think people don't see them, bro. We see what you're doing, bro. Just be honest. And when you are Pisces, stop absorbing. With Scorpio, stop absorbing. When you see them having a bad day, And you see them, hey, when you see a Scorpio start doing sabotage type movements, when they start changing locks, when they start, trying to take away stuff that they done told you it was cool for you to have it. Now all of a sudden, you get to seeing them unplug the cable in the living room and putting the cable box in their bedroom trying to start some shit. You just laugh. Hey man, I don't hear it. Hey man, let me help you out, bro. Here's the antenna. Here's the remote. Oh, wait a minute, you forgot the remote, bro. Oh, here you go, man. Here you go. Let me get the table, the entertainment, the little sound little thing. Let me get that. Let me unplug. Let me help you out. Don't get mad. Don't absorb. When they do stuff to piss you off, be like, help them out. Hey, man, let me get you that too. Here's a cup holder. You want a cup holder, man? Don't let it get to you. Because as a Pisces, a Scorpio wants you to absorb. They want to take advantage of your empathy. Feel sorry for them. Feel baby them and say, oh, are you okay, Scorpio? Is there anything I could do for you? I see you in a bad mood. Who pissed you off today? They don't do that. Because when that's how they get you, and they don't get you in a way that you would expect. They get you in a way of fooling you and taking advantage of your kindness for weakness. See? So it's almost like, they whole time it's like, they really want to use you for that whole, hey, you feeling sorry for me, but the whole thing is that they just want to bring you down because they're down. You guys can't let them get that. Because one thing I noticed through theory and experience is that as soon as you absorb the way that they feel in that negativity state, they start smiling again. They start getting all cheesy faced and start laughing again like it's funny. It's like, oh, how dare you perk up as I start showing empathy. Now you trying to act like, oh, you all happy now. And hey, I'm sitting up here acting all sad because I absorbed all your negative moods and vibes and shit. Now I'm sitting there acting like you, and you up there smiling and acting like you ain't got nothing wrong with you. So that's why I say it ain't worth you even wasting your time absorbing. Because Pisces, if you absorb everything from Scorpio, guess what? They will get healed. They will get healed. See, the thing about it, what a lot of people fail to realize is that when you absorb somebody's negative energy, you steal it from them. It's what you do with the energy. You can't just sit on it. You can't project it. You have to what? If you don't use the energy, you just get rid of it. Go work out. Go play basketball with your boys. Go do something to basically get rid of it. Because unused energy, especially if it's negativity, negative energy, if you don't use it in the right way, it will destroy you. It will destroy you. And that's the thing. Why you think Scorpio projects it? That's like saying, hey, it's like playing hot potato, musical chairs. They just trying to get that shit off to pass it on to somebody else. They don't want to hold on to it. They don't have no use for it. They want to give it to somebody else. It's too heavy. See, it's not that Scorpio doesn't want to get healing. It's because the negativity is what they're used to. They don't want to deal with it. They get tired of seeing the same old traumas. And it's like, hey, I've already recycled this, or I don't want this anymore. If you keep getting milk cartons and hey, you barely get enough cans, how many cans would you think until you realize how many cans you got? It's like, damn, I'm so used to this same kind, I want something different. But that is the funniest thing is that positive energy doesn't last with Scorpio. It doesn't last because they're so addicted and hooked to negative energy. It's like everybody in the room is having a good time. Everybody's laughing. You see bright smiles. Hey, everybody's looking all peaceful. You put a Scorpio in that room, what you think that Scorpio gonna do? Think they gonna smile with everybody else? Nope. Nope. They will feel as though they gotta be they might feel like they have to do something different in a room that's already flowing with full energy. See? Because with Scorpio, it's all about the ego. It's all about presence over the environment. See? That's why you feel a Scorpio when they come around. See? That's why you feel them. What do you feel them with? You feel them with what? Positive energy. But see, because they come around you empty-handed. They come around you and trying to take everything about you. See, they want to take all your energy with them. So they come around empty-handed, and all of a sudden you, as a Pisces, you end up putting something inside of there, you know, when it's when you in church and it's time to pass the you know, anybody want to give a donation, it's like you end up putting something to the Scorpio. You feel sorry for them and put something in the you know, in the Crown Royal little pouch, and it's like the Scorpio already knew that's what he came to do. It's almost like people feeling sorry for him and he fooling people the whole time. See, that's negative. That's negativity. So he come around just trying to take all the power. He wants to take all the energy in the room and control everybody with it. See, so that lets you know there's influence there. And then on top of that, he transmutes that into a weapon. He weaponizes it. So it's like he gets away with so much bull crap if you do not have boundaries set. Because those boundaries that you set are like it's like you setting mines, you setting like bombs. And it's like when he walks around, you're hoping that one of those will set off before he gets to you. See? Because those bombs will actually protect you from getting hurt. So the thing about Scorpio is that he walks around, his stinger is always out. He's already in full defense stance. Why is that? He always has his guards up. Why is that? See? So he knows that what he comes to do is not always pleasant. See? That's what the thing is that they say, if you don't corner him, he won't sting. It's cold-blooded. So what does that mean? The only way he won't sting you is if you don't pay him no mind. You got to act like he's not even in the room when he's in the room. You have to treat him with his own element that he's used to, the darkness. You have to treat him like he's in the dark and you don't see him. See? That's how you gotta be absent-minded when he's there. See? Because it's almost like as soon as you pay him, if you pay him any mind, he's gonna project onto you. He's gonna sting you. Because that's the thing, he doesn't. If you put a scorpion, put it like this. If you put a scorpion inside of a like one of those little like plastic cases that have like the little, you know, little thing you put this the scorpion into, right? Little pet box or however you want to say it. If you add anything to that, do you think the scorpion would just chill and just relax and, oh, you know, move about? No. If you add anything, you add some friends in there, put some, maybe a praying mantis or some other stuff, that scorpion gonna be fighting with everything that you put up in its environment. Let me tell you why. He's fully aware. He's self-aware of his surroundings. He even picks, I'm going to tell you, he picks up on vibrations. He could feel when you're doing something and you ain't even talking to him. He could feel vibrations. He could feel you doing something, and it's almost like he will communicate at that point to check on you, to say, oh, what you doing? What you on? Where you at? And you could be red-handed doing something under that Scorpio's nose. And I'm gonna tell you why he knows that. Why does he know when somebody's doing something slick? And why does he know when somebody's doing something slick versus knowing when somebody's doing the right thing? It's cold-blooded. See? Because he is able to see the darkness within other people. It's cold-blooded. He picks up on motives. He picks up on hidden intentions. He picks up on snake-like energy. When people are stealing out of the cookie jar, when people are breaking into homes. That's what Pluto does. Pluto exposes things. See? So you have to understand that when you're tiptoeing around him, and he's right on the money with the whole psychic perception of you. He's so freaking detective like that he could catch you right when you pick the lock of a home or pick the lock of a store. Or, hey, you force entry into something. He could call you and say, man, what you doing, bro? As if he already knows what you're doing. What you doing, bro? Where you at? And you like, man, hold on. You sitting there, you doing this, you trying to pick the lock, and you like, how the fuck? Man, what you mean what I'm on? What you on, bro? It's like how do you know what I'm doing right now? So the Scorpios, they see you and they see the darkness within a person because they come from a dark place. That same is recognizable because they come from the same place. They were born there, deep in it. So that's why the Scorpio will know when something is wrong, because they are attracted. They're a magnet for negativity, bro. Negativity. They attract it. They attract traumas, sexually transmitted diseases, stuff that you can't see that actually destroys you from the inside out. They pick up on it. But here's the thing. Pisces picks up on both. See? So Pisces picks up on what you're doing behind the veil. And Pisces picks up on positive energy. Pisces knows how to pick up on who to trust. See? Through intuition. Scorpio doesn't do that. Scorpio joins the enemy. Pisces leaves the enemy, escapes from the enemy. Pisces doesn't shake hands with the enemy. Nope. Scorpio, it will sleep with the enemy. Because that's the thing. If you look at the whole analogy of when a person has no clothing on, they're exposed, right? But you and I know that is considered, if you have no clothes, that's not appropriate, right? No, everybody should be clothed, right? So if a Scorpio rules the genitals, that means that everything that is hidden, that's considered not appropriate. Cold-blooded. You can't, you know how they say you could You could take a person out the hood, but you can't take the hood out of them. That's what we're talking about when it comes to Scorpio. You can't take them, you could take them out of a negative situation, but you can't take the negativity out the Scorpio. Because that's where they feel at home. They're at home there. Mars and Pluto. It don't matter female or male. And just like a crack pipe, if you were to try to put them into an asylum where everybody is smiling and having a good time, they will find a way to get to that crack pipe. You cannot take negativity out of them. They will find a way to boat. You know how and they'll boat out there and find the very thing that they should not have. See, because they're hooked to it. That's where they were born, the traumas. They're addicted to that story that happened. When I was young and hey, my parents went on a trip and never came back. Oh, Sonny. They might say, the Scorpio might be like, hey man, they like that one story that they tell that's so sad and it's traumatic. They try to use and manipulate everybody with it. They say this, man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. But guess what? My mother and my father, man, they told me when I was, man, I was 5 years old, bro. And my parents, they told me, hey, man, we about to go to the store and get some milk. And they got on the flight, bro. And they never came back, bro. Hey, man, story of my life, bro. And then they want you to feel sorry, try to rob you of your empathy. And you like, damn, that's kind of messed up. So your parents, they said they was going to the store. What now? You said that your parents was going to the store to get some milk. And they went on a plane and flew there. And they never came back. So damn, they abandoned you, right? Damn, that's effed up. Damn, if my uncle say he about to go to the store to give me some milk, I would never thought he would take a flight. That doesn't even make sense. It's like the Scorpio says that same damn story to everybody, make everybody feel sorry for him, right? Like who's gonna buy into it? But that's the thing, Scorpio tests you to try to see how smart you are to even know if the story was true or not. Cold-blooded. See? And the thing about it is, you got to be careful because the Scorpio, he will trap you where listen, man. He will trap you in the very thing where he was trapped at. Freddy Krueger. How he was victimized, how he was tortured, he's going to try to trap you in that same mindset. His daddy wasn't there for him when he was a kid. He's going to try to make you feel the same way that he felt when his dad went to go get that milk and never came back. Hawkins, you said, yeah, but y'all want a Scorpio to save y'all when y'all get emotional. Scorpion are the most used in the zodiac sign. Y'all use us to make determinations off tell your sign and be hilarious. Nah, man, this is what it is, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Man, Scorpio, y'all be emotional, bro. And see, y'all ends up cutting ties. Like what's the point of even if you had a pair of shoes, right? What would be the point to take the shoestrings out the shoes? What would be the point of cutting ties? Like you ain't never gonna walk again. Come on, bro. Like to keep the shoes together, keep the shoestrings, keep the ties, bro, because you gotta wear those. You need them. But cutting ties just to burn bridges and just to be awkward, it doesn't make sense, bro. You gotta have a backup plan. You can't just be like, oh yeah, we'll find new shoestrings one day. We could always find shoestrings somewhere. Like, bro, that might not be from a year from now. You gotta be, when you make decisions, you gotta make them decisively It must, like, rationally, it must make sense. You can't quit a job unless you got one, to fall back on. But the thing with it is that fact that, whew, I had to take a breather for that. The thing about it is, it's not fair that you would try to hold a person, like you would try to make a situation bad before it would ever be good again. See? And that's the thing. It's like, we talk about harsh realities that are made on purpose. See? But then see, when the Pisces illusion is too strong for a facade. You could wear a mask all day long. And a lot of times it ain't even gotta be Halloween. When you wear a mask, fam, the illusion will always make you feel like can't nobody see you. See, for who you truly are. But the illusion could be projected too. I'm gonna do a live about that. Whatever the mask shows, you could be pulled in. You could be pulled into the mask of the illusion, that illusion of that mask projected, just like John Wayne Gacy with that clown type of persona that he had. You could be drawn into that and, hey, never come back out. Never come back out ever again. See, because that face sold you. You were sold on that face. So that's why I said an illusion always outweighs a facade, because if you think somebody will do something out of a reaction, come on, bro. You don't think that illusion will show that, hey, something is burning when it's not really burning at all? So it's like, yeah, just because something got a flame to it don't mean that, hey, you can actually, put it like this, you won't get burned if you don't put your finger there. But if it don't look like it, how many people will actually put their finger through there thinking that, oh, I could get past it without getting burned? Like, no, you will get burned. Your ass will get burned. And I'm gonna tell you why you get burned. Because you underestimated what you saw. Pisces will hurt you in a way that a Pisces can look soft on the outside. They can wear Steve Urkel, the pants with the belt straps the hillbilly pants where you put them over your shoulder. And hey, had the voice of a 5th grader. And all of a sudden, you think the Pisces is soft, like, oh, it's an easy ride. And that could be the same Pisces that drive you off a cliff. See? Like you ain't gonna see it coming. That's like getting swallowed by a whale. You ain't gonna see that coming. Nobody would. But that's the thing. Pisces, when Pisces do something, Pisces don't give you a chance to react. Scorpios wait for the reaction, and a Pisces makes sure you don't react. You get ate by a shark, you think you got time to react? No, you don't. It's over with. It ends before an ending. See, that's the number one thing. Scorpio waits for you to react. Pisces doesn't. You're gone before you even know you're fired. And then what a Pisces does is they get a bag of popcorn and they're just watching you like a movie at this point. Because they already know what's finna happen. See? They're like, watch this. Hey. Watch what's finna happen to Scorpio. He doesn't even know it. Look what happened. Watch to the end. Wait to the end. You watch. You're gonna be laughing when you see this. Pisces just like playing possum and acting like. Pisces is very good at acting like they don't know what's going on. Hey man, I don't know. I don't even know, bro. They watching the whole thing crumble down. Because a Pisces like, hey, I'm his tag team partner for a reason. He's good at tearing, yeah, he's good at getting in the ring, stirring some shit up, starting some shit. I'm always the one that he tags in to clean up everything. See, I'm almost like the referee, but I'm still a tag team partner because you realize that this man needs healing. He needs healing and he doesn't know it. So I have to follow him around because that's what Pisces does with Scorpio. Pisces volunteers to be the doctor of a Scorpio. See, because Pisces knows they're right. And they're like, dude, you need healing, bro. Those thoughts are crazy. Like, bro, let me heal you. Let me help you transform into the rising phoenix. Because this snake-like energy, bro, you're gonna fail, bro. Just like, you know what's crazy? I was watching Naruto, right? And Naruto, it was a situation where the Scorpio, he was actually getting healed by the Pisces in Naruto. And he did not want to listen to the Pisces. The Pisces told him something. He said, yo, what you doing, it won't work when you go up against this one master. He said, it won't work. Everything you doing right now, it won't work. You're going to need this certain type of, like bone. It was like this certain type of bone. He said, you need this. Mind you, the Pisces was making his weapons. That's cold-blooded. He said, when you go up against this master, you won't be able to use what you're currently using. Guess what? He didn't believe the Pisces. So when he got into a match with that same master, the Pisces told him he would not win that fight. He lost. Guess what the memory that the Scorpio had in his mind? He had a flashback of that Pisces telling him, you will not win without that. You will not win with that. You will need to get the new bone. I was like, oh, that's cold-blooded. See? Because Scorpio he would never take somebody else's suggestion. See? Because he wants to be in control of his own like punishment. He wants to control the ending. It's cold-blooded. He wants to control how he wants to control the pain. He wants to control what happens to him. Like he thinks that he can actually stop it. No, you can't, bro. You won't have a chance to react, bro. If you were going against a Pisces, you will not have a chance to react because the very thing that you believe will not outweigh what the Pisces knows. See, Pisces knows you'll go to hell, right? But Scorpio thinks that they could stop themselves from going to hell when they're already headed there. Like, bro, no, you're not going to stop anything, bro. Like, bro, you can't escape that, bro. It's over. It's a decision. See, but that's the thing. The ego dies when it comes to Neptune. It dissolves. That's why I say, like, bro, who do you think is going to win when a Pisces dissolves all boundaries? When a Pisces dissolves all boundaries, you're not stepping into an arena. You're floating at that moment. Remember I said a Pisces not going to drown for nobody. But here's the funny thing. A Scorpio thought they were stepping into an arena. They didn't understand that they were stepping into the depths of the ocean. See? So that's the illusion. The illusion was, oh, you thought you was finna fight me head up. Until you look down and realize, oh, damn, I thought we was on the damn arena floor, but hey, I'm about to drown. See? It's what you can't see. When Pisces sets up booby traps that you can't see because there's no boundaries. It's cold-blooded. People try to hold on to stuff like, hey, man, it's kind of deep down here and I don't want to drown, bro. It ain't shit to hold on. You're going to slip through that little thing you thought. See, the illusion is you think you can save yourself. No, you can't. There's no reacting. There's no reaction. You might assume that, oh, it's something to save me up out of this punishment. No, everybody's held accountable. You won't escape. The only person that escapes through Neptune is Pisces. And how do you think that happens? Through the intuition. Intuition tells Pisces how to navigate out of situations that can destroy them. So if you say, oh, all I gotta do is do this, and I'm good, bro, you're gonna get swallowed by that whale. See, I'm gonna tell you why that happens. Why would you assume that you can escape? Why would you assume that you can escape your karma in the first place? There's no escaping. Scorpio, when you go around doing bad, evil shit to people, you don't think that shit you don't know that that's gonna come back to you to bite you in the ass? There's not gonna be anything for you to hold on to, my guy. When your karma comes, it's gonna sweep you up off your feet and take you for a ride. No seatbelt, no warning, nothing to hold on to, no boundaries, no reaction, no reflection, no heads up. Hey, man, you know where we're going, bro? You ain't getting no heads up where we going. See? It's like an Uber driver that picks you up and he doesn't tell you that, hey, where y'all going? See? But you trapped into the backseat of his car. Ain't nothing you can do. See? Until he drop you off. And then when you realize that it ends there, what you gonna do? You can't do nothing. See? You're a prisoner of your own decisions. The detriment is funny because the very thing, I'm gonna tell you why there's no reaction. Because you started it. That's you. What happens to you is what you wanted. You got what you wanted. You wanted negativity. Guess what? That's what ended you. The very thing that you wanted. You couldn't let go of it. That's cold-blooded. You holding on to negativity like this, like you're joined to it. How do you think you're gonna end up? Your karma's gonna do you in the same way. Your karma gonna meet you where you met the karma. Hey, it's gonna meet you at the same place y'all met. Y'all gonna go all around town, come back to that same spot. And then you gonna say, hey, isn't this where I met that negativity? Oh, hell. This place looks familiar. No shit. No shit, Sherlock. Yeah. You started there and it ends there. Bring you right back to where square one. You cannot cheat life. You can't manipulate nobody, bro. You gonna manipulate yourself. People don't understand when we say no boundaries. That's the worst that you will. Hey, when they say Pisces has no boundaries, I'm gonna do a video about this. When they say Pisces has no boundaries, that is the worst Pisces that you would not want to deal with, fam. Because you don't know where to start. You don't know where to finish. You don't know where it ends. You don't know anything because there's nothing to go off of. You're playing a game that you have no idea what game it is. What kind of game? I don't see a name. There's no name on this game. I don't know how to play it. I didn't even ask to play it. But I'm playing it though. How can you play a game that you don't know nothing about? You already lost. You had no choice. You couldn't escape it. See? So you become confused. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're saying because that's where the identity, it falls. You lose yourself. To what? Reset yourself. You have to, okay, all right, man. It's time to box now. I gotta reset my stance because I done got hit in the mouth and hit uppercutted and hit kicked upside my head. Hey, got beat in my dreads. And it's like, hey, I don't even know how to defend myself because I don't know where the punch is coming from. But let me reset though. Let me reset my stance. It's like, okay, just maybe I might be able to block. No boundaries. Man, can you imagine playing basketball with no boundaries? It ain't no out of bounds. It ain't no boundaries. Dudes are shooting all the way behind the hoop, all out of bounds, all the way in the corner and scoring on you. There ain't no rules, no referees. Could you imagine how a basketball game would be? It would be way more entertaining, right? No rules. Dudes dunking off, running off the bleachers and dunking, boom. It'd be a good game, right? Because it's not reality, right? But who said reality was real? It's cold-blooded. See, that's the thing. Pisces doesn't live in this reality for a reason because this reality is questionable. It's questionable. What was here before us? Some people say the monkey. Some people say the dinosaurs. Some people say evolution. But the funny thing is, it's optional. You don't know. I don't know. But you're going to believe something. But it's what you can't see. It's what you can't see. See? But you know that something happened. You know that something started all of this. See? That's what you know. And now you notice the difference. Oh, I know something started. I know something was here before us. But I can't see it. I only saw what people showed me, but I don't know if that's even true. So it's questionable. Were dinosaurs really here? See? So that's why I said that when you know something, you know it because you know that something was here before you, but you know that you can't see it. So that means that you know that it's what you can't see. It's what you can't see, fam. But and people question, how do you know that though? How do you know that it was something here before you? And you can't see it. See? No boundaries. There's no boundaries. That's like asking a baby that is in the pregnant woman's stomach. Hey man, I gotta ask you something, baby. Hey, was it some milk going? What happened in there, bro? Like before you got inside of hey, I know how you were born and everything, but like, did you see anything before you got there? Could you please tell me anything that you seen? Because I want to know. Because I just feel that it was something happened before you came out. And you came out fresh out the pen. It's like, the baby like, I don't know what you're talking about. I can't even talk. It's cold-blooded. It's what you can't see. You didn't see how he came. You know that you started something. You didn't see the process. You didn't see how it started. You don't see the alchemy of the whole electricity and the way he just came through. But now you see this mug, his eyes pop open and you see another human, then you just look at it and say the baby's born. And that's all you left with. That's all you get. There ain't no other questions you can't ask. Why do you think God made it like that to where that baby can't talk when it comes out? Can't tell you what happened before, what, when, where, how. We're left with the baby's born. The parents had, they had sex, and hey, he's born child. That's it. That's all you get. Congratulations. Yeah, that's it. Because it ain't none of your damn business. It ain't none of our business to know what happened before we got here. You see that? And when we say it's none of your business, it's not saying that nothing happened. You can't, we're born into knowing that, hey, it ain't meant for us to know every goddamn thing. Reality isn't real. It's what you make it. That's why Pisces don't go off of logic alone. You go off intuition. See, we don't go off of intuition alone. But people don't understand this is that everybody trying to figure out stuff that they have no business figuring out. So then people have twisted reality into a way that they understand it. Now, when I say with Scorpio, man, I just tell people to just be careful, man. Be careful of your energy. Protect your energy. Protect your secrets, your business, because that's nobody's business. What happened before, what, when, how, why. If people are probing, that's a red flag. If you see, when people really get to know you, they don't ask probing questions. See? Because if the person really care about you, they know that, oh, I'll let that person tell me that on their own because it's none of my business. God will have told you, if he wanted you to know what started, what came here before, he would have told you. He would have told you. If we don't know to this day and we're adults, it was never our business to know. You can't know everything in life. See? Now I just told y'all the world is an illusion. See, the world shows us an illusion. Because everybody trying to figure out how, when, why. And they get so caught up and so lost into the trance of trying to dig and dig. Could you imagine people digging, looking for gold and never find it? Get to the bottom. Could you imagine that it's one person that's digging and saying to themselves, hey, you know what? Tim? It kind of mean, let's take a break. Let's take a little break, Tim. We've been digging and digging and digging and digging. We've been digging for 30 days. And I know that there's treasure in here. I know it's some gold. We're going to find it. Let's keep digging. That would be an idiot, right? Because he fell for the illusion. Look how far he went into the illusion when there was no gold to begin with. Look how thirsty Tim went. Well, let's keep digging because we're going to get the gold. So when Pisces draws the illusion, Pisces knows that the more curious you are, the more controlling you are, the more anxious you are, the more you force it, the more you try to probe and keep poking through the finger of trying to get the gold, you get swallowed by the illusion. You get lost because you keep trying to figure it out. You keep chasing your own tail and realize that it was nothing there the whole time. I got lost in something that was never there. It's cold-blooded. Then what happens is you get ate by the illusion. The illusion swallows you whole. And you never find your way back. See? You never find your way back because you wasted so much time trying to figure out the truth, trying to get to that gold because it was shining in your face. And you didn't know that the gold was internalized. That Pisces earned it. You didn't. The Pisces sacrificed for that gold. You didn't. So what made you think that you could obtain it and you didn't give up nothing for it? It's cold-blooded. It's what you can't see. But people see your energy and they want some of it. They can't get to it. See that? The illusion always outweighs a facade. So Scorpio is no matter what you keep probing, fam, you're gonna end up getting lost like those people digging for gold and never finding it. They say, damn, what happened to everybody that was digging for gold? Did you hear what happened to Tim? Did you hear what happened to Tim? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I heard what happened. They kept digging and digging and digging. And then they ended up vanishing forever. Never found again. No one knows what happened. But I got one question for you. Did they find the gold that they were looking for so desperately for? It's none of my damn business. It's none of my business. Fuck knows. I don't know. If they found their way, then look. I hope they come back with something because they did a lot of digging, a lot of searching. Did y'all hear about that one dude? His name is Tiny Tim. He sung a song that was like, he did a song and then he had a heart attack. As soon as the song, it's freaky and creepy, he had a heart attack right after he did the song, fell out on stage, bro. And it was just creepy. But it's in moments like that where you constantly trying to do something when you know you don't have enough time on earth. Like when you know you don't have a lot of time trying to hurry up and throw together something just to give it one more push, and you end up falling out like that. It's the same thing people do with the illusion. The illusion is that, hey man, you're sick. You need to sit down. You need to sit down and get well. People don't listen. They think, oh, let's run it up again. Now, I ain't talking about Tiny Tim. See, this is why I gotta do reaction videos. When you all see, look up Tiny Tim in the song. He like does this little song with his lips called Walking in the Tulips. I know some of y'all may know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that was just, it was sad, but it's at the same time, they said he was just trying to sing like one more song for his fans. Then he died right there on stage. That's crazy and that's creepy. But that reminds me of the way what I said, the story about Tim and his crew digging for gold. See? But that's why I said you have to know within the illusion, you have to know. Let me tell you the sign that doesn't fall for illusions. Let me tell you the zodiac sign that doesn't fall for illusions. Gemini. Why do you think Geminis don't fall for the illusion? This is cold-blooded. Because they communicate. And guess who they communicate with? Themselves. It's cold-blooded. They question what they see. And so should you. Is it real that I see Oh, I look like I see something shiny over there. But can I get it? Is it real? Can I grasp it? Can I hold it? Can I touch it? But from a far distance, they communicate. They're talking, see, about it. It's cold-blooded. See, I'm going to tell you why. You have to ask yourself this. What does the illusion attract? Emotions. It's cold-blooded. The illusion is a magnet for emotions. See? Because if somebody thinks that, oh, if I keep digging, I'll get what? A reward. The reward is so pushed back of the illusion that when you look at it, you think you're seeing something that you're really not seeing. But guess where it's coming from? It's coming from yourself. It's coming from you basically saying to yourself, I'm going to get that gold. Whatever, you look at it that one time, and then you say, ooh, I'm going to go get that. That's mine. See? I'm going to do everything I can to get that. No matter what it takes. You already set yourself up. Right there. You put your life on the line. Why did I say that? Your subconscious. It's cold-blooded. The illusion comes from your subconscious. See? So if a person has it in their mind, whatever they're willing to put their life on the line for, that's the very thing that they're going to give. It's cold-blooded. People that don't go for the illusion say, I'm not putting my life on the line for it. See? I refuse to let anybody know the real me. Gemini. Because you expose yourself when you are caught in an illusion. You expose what you really want, who you really are. You can't hide. It's what you can't see. People take off their mask when they go through an illusion. Because they're willing to give it all. They're willing to take the risk. Look at Tim. He went to dig with his family, with whoever he went with, his crew. He was willing to sacrifice their lives, his life, for what he really wanted. He put his friends at risk for his own greed. And he didn't no longer give a damn about him, his life, and his crew. That's why he kept digging. That's why he kept digging. So you will find the very thing that you give up, you will give up yourself. See, that's why Tim never came back. And so did his crew, because his crew followed him. They just went along with it. Isn't that what the illusion does? Why would you go along with something and you see the truth? That's just being a follower. Oh man, I know we're gonna die, so yeah, just follow me, bro. Just keep on coming, bro. Don't worry about your family, because we're gonna find it. Yeah, okay. Then you end up do 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 do, and then all of a sudden, you have to turn the music on and keep digging and digging. Dig a hole for yourself big enough so where all y'all can't get out. Then all of a sudden, what happened to Tim? Fuck knows, because what? They went along with it. They didn't question it, not one time. So they just what? They just made space. They just gave up their life. They just basically vacuumed and swept their own selves away. That's why I tell people, quit playing with Pisces, bro. Quit trying to figure shit out with Pisces, because you're going to get lost, bro. You're gonna end up like Tim and his homeboys that kept digging. So like I say, man, like, comment, share, subscribe, you guys. I thank everybody for coming out watching today. And I'll catch y'all on the next one tomorrow night. And I'm gonna drop some videos in the morning, as it's already 5 a.m. already. But thank everybody for coming out. Peace out.